Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another Wuthering Waves video. I know it's been a minute. We are back at it, though. We were able to pull Zhezhi. I did some summons, and they didn't go too well. I got a dupe of Calcharo, and then I went all the way to damn Pity to pick her up. And then I decided to do one more 10 pull, and these motherfuckers gave me another Calcharo. So we got 3 freaking Calcharos now. Not what I wanted, because I am a dumpster baby with that man. But we've been putting in the work, trying to learn Zhezhi, so that way I can bring you some content on how to use her and the builds that I think that would work best with her. In my opinion, there is one build that kind of just shines above the rest, whereas some people would probably want to build her as a full-out support. I think you are missing the mark on her kit if you're building her with the Moonlit set. However, you can, because it does allow her to build her rotation a lot faster and get in and get out exactly how you want to set up her follow-up attacks, or her coordinated attacks, sorry. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm talking about, and then we'll kind of get into the build. Zhezhi is definitely a sub DPS, someone that doesn't need to be on the field for a long period of time to actually deal the damage that she's going to be dealing. And what I mean by that, if you go ahead and take a look at her Resonance Liberation, which is the kind of star of her kit, is that this allows her to perform coordinated attacks with the Glacio damage. So obviously we want to have some elemental damage and basic attack damage in her build whenever you do that for stats. This is where most of the damage is going to come from, or all of the damage is going to come from. So the way this works is that with her normal attacks, her resonance skill, she's able to imprint the left and right by using your E if you're playing on keyboard and mouse. I do not remember what it is on controller. I apologize. But the way that it works is she builds up her energy. Once you get enough energy, you can go ahead and dish out both the left and right imprints. And then when you hold down to do a heavy attack, she'll get the third one out. After you are able to do that, what you want to do is pop her Resonance Liberation. And what this does is it activates the Inkling spirits to start doing damage over time. The cool thing about this is that when you swap to another character, those Inklet spirits are still there for up to 30 seconds, just dealing off-field coordinated attack damage. Now, this can come into, it's kind of very similar to Mortefi, would be a very good example of that. It's very similar to Mortefi or like a Yinlin. Both of them have those kind of off-field stacks or ticks that they're able to do. She just does it better, to be honest. And the reason I'm saying that there's a couple different builds is, one, you would be thinking, okay, how can I get this up as fast as possible every rotation? And that would be pretty smart to think that. You could go with like a Moonlit set, something that like a Mortefi would wield. If we come over here, you could do like a full Moonlit set to get like energy regeneration and stuff like that on the kit. So that way you're able to upkeep it as long as possible. Swap out the other character like a Zhezhi or a Gion or someone like that, and then just bring her back in to do her little rotation, pop her back out, and then you have those Inklet spirits just doing off-field damage. Now, with that being said, I don't think that's the best way to go. Reason being is that you don't need that much energy regen. I am still working on getting to the point where I feel most comfortable with it. But I think if we get to 150 energy regen, she should be able to upkeep it every rotation. And you don't need to build into like the Moonlit set and lose out on some damage and everything like that, where you could just grab it from here. Because she is doing ice damage, we do want to have this on there because it does allow for basic attacks to do the actual Glacio damage increase as well. So that's a big benefit to the off-field damage that's coming in. Now, what I would say is if you are very lucky and you're able to get 150 regen without going into like a 3-piece regen, then great, you just got lucky. But if you want to be a little bit more smart about the build, what I would recommend is going something like this, is like a crit rate on the main stat for your 4. And as for like the substats, what you want is going to be energy regeneration, If you are not running an energy regen 3 cost, you would want energy regeneration, obviously crit rate, crit damage, attack, and basic attack is the other one that you would want, which basic attack damage. So basic attack damage, energy regen, attack percentage, or a flat attack, anything that's going to build up those stats. And then obviously crit rate and crit damage are just good. Get them at like an equal point. I would say like 75 to 80% crit rate is where you want to try and get to. Right now I'm sitting right at 80%. I can still get a little bit more because my weapon is only level 70. I did not go for her best in slot weapon because I was just trying to utilize the summons that I have. But anyways, I digress on that. Yeah, so you want to get around 80% on her crit rate, and then probably I would say like 240 to 250 is like the crit damage where you want to be around. Energy regen around 150. Now you can play around with this. If you're able to succeed in getting pretty good stats on your echoes, then you can do dual glacio damage on this, and it's just going to output more damage. If you are falling behind on energy regen, like 130 to 150 is like the true pinnacle of where you want to be, then just go ahead and slap on an energy regen here and try to get at least 1 or 2 more of these bad boys with some energy regen, and you should be good to go. I ran out of shell credit, so we are not done rerolling. This is not the final build, but this is where we're at right now with her. And it works very well. I would say like every rotation and a half, I'm able to keep it up with the stats that I have right now. At 150, I know guarantee she'll be able to keep it up the entire time. If you're not really worried about damage and your main damage dealer is just already doing insane damage and you just want to get a little bit of off-field DPS going on, then definitely the Moonlit set would be a second option. This one is just going to give you a lot more energy regen, and then plus whenever she's using the outro, it'll increase the attack of the next resonator as well. So you're more buffing like your Zhezhi or anyone else coming into the fight. So it's kind of a trade-off. I tested a Moonlit set on her, and I tested this set on her, and both of them I have about the same attack, I have about the same crit rate, crit damage, give or take a little bit. And the ice set was definitely doing probably like a 20 to 30% more damage. Now, I wasn't able to keep up every rotation like I said, but you're pretty damn close to it. With that being said, if you guys have any questions about this, if you're looking to build like a certain team around her, you don't have Zhezhi or like Gian or anyone like that, there is other options available. Just let me know and I can help you guys out with that. Anyways, thank y'all so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one.